Nerd Soul.
Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, Secret Invasion, y'all. Hit that like button, Secret Invasion, y'all. Go and subscribe, Secret Invasion, y'all. Rejoice. We back here on episode 4. All right. Is it 4, 5, 4, 4? Yeah, it's
4.
4. Anyway, we ain't by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be joined by the dynamic duo of the South. Right now, we have one half, and I'll present to you Mr. Cooper. What's up, man?
What's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody listening at www.blerd-ish.com. That's blurge.com. Find us on various platforms and different things.
Man, look, let's go in and jump into that wonderful relationship between Varra, aka Priscilla, and Mr. Fury himself. All right. They take us back. They take us back to a simpler time. 2012. You know what I'm saying? Brother walking around with a trench coat on. You know what I'm saying? He was you couldn't tell him nothing, boy. Just finished saving New York. You know what I'm saying? He living it up. Then he got a nice little chocolate thing just chilling in a restaurant, reading poetry. You know what I'm saying? And you saw she hit him with the hand thing again. You know what I'm saying? You saw
First of
that.
all, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know if this was my favorite episode. This might have been my second to least favorite, but it's still good. But some things it's too short. But I tell you what, that hand touching, give this like you know what? If I was an older gentleman and I saw her in this, I'd be like, you better get her in every holiday movie,
Yup.
every every holiday what you call it, a Hallmark card movie. I'm
Yep.
just saying,
Go on and cast her in them joints.
hey, Miss Varga still got it, and get
Yo,
her some more roles.
look, it's awesome to see some black love in here. You know, well, I mean, I know it's like blackish love, but it's black. Look, it's about as black as it's gonna get. All right,
Man,
this is
Varga
still
black.
Marvel. This is Marvel. This is about as black as it's gonna get.
This is super black for Marvel, man.
Yeah, because I mean, Falcon ain't gonna get no love,
Man,
and they killed off T'Challa, so you know what I'm saying. There ain't gonna be no black love in this joint. This close you gonna get.
the black love, man. Falcon. What Falcon
Fal-
gonna have?
Falcon can't even get a black date. You know what I'm saying?
Falcon is going to have him a white woman very soon. I'm sure of it.
Oh man.
Cause he ain't gonna get Misty Knight, cause they ain't reestablished Misty Knight. I would love to have Misty Knight from the Netflix series, but I
Man,
know she got
Falcon
other
corny.
jobs.
He wouldn't holler at her anyway. He
She
probably be
wouldn't
like,
holler. No. Newsflash: she would not take his current corny advances. She
I
was
mean,
like,
at least
peace out.
he should at least attempt. You know what I'm saying?
But then again, though, Luke Cage was pretty damn corny too. But then again, he's a tall, big, muscular, bald brother, so I
But
mean,
if we're gonna talk about people being corny, Luke Cage is not corny, especially compared to Falcon.
oh, he corny, but he's not as corny.
Now this is of course about Luke Cage. We sliding, but we still talk about black people in MCU. What really makes Luke Cage corny?
Oh, he was
Is it
the actor.
is it
He's
be,
corny.
no, but I'm just saying what makes Luke Cage corny.
Oh, a lot, man. He just did
Really,
it again.
really, is it
I mean, he was
is
always
it that
made
he's
to-
corny, or is it that he doesn't do quintessential street black people things?
both.
Because I mean, is he really corny? He's a
Yes.
guy. He goes to work. He comes home. He treats people good. He respects himself. He respects others. What's corny about that? What really makes him corny?
He's just
Is he that
corny.
he's corny, or is it that he's not ODB?
Corny is as corny does. I don't know how to explain it to you, bruh.
Thank you. Of
You
course,
know
you
what
can't
it is.
explain it.
I
It's
can
always some
explain it.
non-specific thing.
I ain't trying to do him like old girl from you did Michael B. Jordan. I ain't saying he got to be part of the Wu-Tang clan. I'm just saying, Sweet Christmas was never cool in the first place. Then the dab, when he dabbed, that was it. Like Dab was dead like for 2 years already. He was like, ah! I was like,
But you gotta remember when they're filming this stuff, man. Come on now, like,
man, when they filmed it, Dab
This the-
was dead.
like I mean, y'all. So you gonna take one dab? This man done saved the hood how many times? You gonna take one dab and say
He
he's corny?
saved the hood.
I'll tell you, they'll turn on you, boy. They'll turn on you quick.
saved
You
the
see how they
hood.
do?
but he killed cool at the same time.
Mm, mm, that's
Look,
how
man,
they do you,
I
boy.
love Luke Cage, but
See how they do you. You know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
always corny, man.
Never give him no respect, boy. That's how.
Well, if I had my choice, would I love Luke Cage to come back in this environment? Of course, because we're
Should have
I don't.
should have been matched up with Misty Knight, but I'm asking too
Hey
much. I'm
man,
asking too
look,
much.
bro, he was matched up with old girl. So I mean, you ain't losing. You ain't losing. I mean,
Yeah,
oh
but
well. I forgot. I mean, I guess if you want to talk
remember
about
Jessica Jones and stuff. I was
his
like,
desire for Jessica Jones, I'm not even gonna say my
oh,
thoughts on that because since Jessica Jones is R-rated, there's a lot of things that ain't family friendly that I had problems with. I never even finished the series or the second season of Iron Fist. I was done with both of them, and people were like, "Oh, Jessica Jones is so good." I'm like, "Great for who?"
Jessica
Great.
Jones. I mean, Jessica Jones. I watched both seasons. It was. I mean, I didn't hate the show. I
Didn't hate
did
it.
definitely say like that joint is
I was.
depressing.
It was depressing. I got
That show
tired
is
of.
depressing in a
It
mug.
was not a bad show, but I got tired of
No,
all
like
of
the
these.
acting was on point. It was just like, yo, these people, all these people need like a teddy bear and like
They
a
need
year's worth of
therapy.
hugs. Like,
Especially they they had the worst best friend relationship ever. She's like, I'm
yeah,
gonna do drugs and I'm gonna go fight crime. She's like, it's not what you think it is.
yeah, it's like,
Don't
yo,
do
fighting crime
it.
ain't dope like that all the time, man. Like, it ain't gonna turn out how you think.
She's
But
like,
anyway,
I actually get paid to do this and I don't get paid enough.
yeah, it's like life sucks. But back to your girl Vara. You know what I'm saying? We finally find out. Like I said, that phone call was kill Nick. You know what I'm saying? And now we got it straight up from Rhodey himself. Like, look, I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what he said. I said kill Nick. All right. And I ain't trying to hear no like, oh, don't worry about him.
She's like,
He's sad and he beat up and he
you gonna
all
keep
old.
telling me what you ain't gonna do, and I'm telling you what I am gonna do. I
Yep.
love that line though.
He said somebody in here gonna get got. Now
Either
it could be
you
you.
or him,
hmm He said, look. Then he
or
said,
both.
enjoy your concert. First thing, I don't be calling this no concert. All right. All right. Respect the Lord. Now I know it ain't your Lord, but still respect it. All right. Don't be calling it a concert. This ain't just no concert. You know what I'm saying? I like she's sitting in front of Miley Cyrus or something. This ain't no concert. This is a spiritual experience. All right.
Um, for somebody, yeah, I
He
guess.
said for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, what's the church? A church. Man, I was like, why is this said mature? But I know you can't really newsflash people. Born and raised Southern Baptist here. You ain't gonna meet up in a Southern Baptist black church and have these meetings. Or the pastor will call you out. Some pastors be like, hold up.
They be like, I know you ain't talking in the
They
back.
will
First one of the deacons going to tap you, be like, can you be quiet, please?
like sit down. And first of all, you ain't even gonna sit. You might not be able to sit down by the sister. You might have to be way in the corner. It depends on how packed the church is. And even
hmm
then, they might be like, "Hey, don't be sitting by her." I don't know.
Notice,
You just
notice the type of churches they always have these spies meeting in. They be having them in the most
hell
most.
dry,
I'm trying to think of the right words. The most
depressing.
the most able to talkable churches. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't go and have a meeting in church where somebody can easily catch the Holy Ghost. You know
And
what I'm
it's
saying?
never.
When that
And
organ
even
get going, and and you see the old lady's shoulder start moving real fast, look, you better start moving.
and let's keep it
Can't
a
have no
buck.
conversation back there.
I'll spin it this way. I'll spin it for our white brethren out there. They don't never have it in a modern super church. Cause you can't talk in them churches either. Cause they
Nah,
gonna
you
still
gotta
like
go. You
look.
gotta go one of them Catholic cathedrals where it'd be like mad quiet in the back, and you could just be like, "Yo, you
It
gotta
better
kill
be
somebody."
a traditional landmark church where it's just like church all day. So they like, all right, you coming and going. You know, we got these different processionals or something.
Yeah, it's like
It
they
makes
ain't.
a great movie though. Makes a great
Yeah,
movie.
and I do like the tension that we get in the church because I was wondering. I was like, "Yo, he could just take care of her here," but I know they're trying to keep everything on lock because nobody's supposed to know that Skrulls are here. I mean, and when I say nobody, I mean the general public. You know what I'm saying? I know there's key government officials and stuff that know, but you know, the average person, like the store owner,
Yeah,
the FedEx delivery guy is not supposed to know that Skrulls are here. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So he couldn't just kill her in there. But I was like, yo, man, he might hurt her up because when he grabbed her shoulder, he was like, look, you better do what I said. Don't make me take off my belt. So,
He's like, I'm a colonel for who I'm impersonating, and I'm like, a top-ranking Skrull official.
yep. So we got that tense moment, and then we got a tense moment with Varra and Nick back at the crib because he, of course, he listened to the whole thing. He like, let me bug this girl. She telling me lies on who the phone. Let me go and bug this girl. And when she was talking about how weak and stuff he was, you could see he was kind of like sad.
I
He was kind of
mean,
broke up.
as they say down here, they playing off that boy's top.
Mm,
It's just everybody's doubting him.
yeah.
He is older. He done went through it. I mean, he done died for 5 years and was in some place because a space alien snapped his fingers out of his will. So yeah, Nick is like, it's good that I know people like, oh, I'm tired of the blip of that, but not to be
He,
that guy. It's such a significant thing that happened. You ain't
yeah.
supposed to get over it right away. You're
That would be
supposed to
that would
have
be
the
like
people
telling
shake
somebody
it.
to get over 9/11. Like, bruh,
And
it
you know
was
how
a
that would go.
huge it was a huge thing. I mean, imagine half of the people in the world just
Like,
disappearing,
bruh,
and
like
then reappearing 5 years later.
and unchanged and right where they was at. Now I
Yeah,
know it was played up for, Spider-Man. I like how they did it. They played it for laughs. But somebody like Nick Fury is like, my God, like
and
everything moved on, and I had my finger on the pulse.
yep. And then it was even we even got a representation of it in Hawkeye. Remember when Yelena was in the bathroom?
Yeah,
And like
and
she went, and when she came back, it was new wallpaper and stuff. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy!" Because
I'm gonna be
technically, for them, it was like 2 seconds. It was like I blinked
to
and I
be
was here.
honest, the way Monica Rambeau and that, I think, were the real representations of how this affects you
Yeah,
as a person who got snapped, and then you come back and you just pop up, and it, it-
and she
I'm
went
just
to the
saying,
bathroom and she was like washing her hands, and then all of a sudden the wallpaper was different. And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh snap! She got snapped." I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "That's a cool representation of that," because I mean, for them, the time, the time was like a
like you,
second as opposed to 5 years.
yeah, you blinked out of existence. So it's almost like, I don't know. I guess it's good that you didn't get tortured wherever you went, but it's like, it's jarring. You come back and it's like you woke up out of a coma. You're in
Yeah,
the middle of a conversation. Next thing you know, blah 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 blah. So let's just keep it real, folks. We dealing with a pandemic. 3 years later, still dealing with it. Even if people want to be in denial, per se, we have not gotten over the consequences, the economic ramifications, the
nope.
deaths, the policies, the politics that has been lauded about in these 3 years, and that's still damaging and going on. Um, Hell, we still ain't quite got over some things how it happened in Katrina in South Louisiana.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's even
with
longer ago. So I mean, a
we had
lot of
a
people
whole
that
shift and
left New
stuff,
Orleans have never come back. You know what I'm saying?
bruh.
Or
We
couldn't come
literally,
back.
Bobby Jindal literally tried to take people's votes away who were property owners who were not able to get back. Like, that bastard was really playing. It was like, oh, pandemic, like, oh, tragedy, ha ha ha. So I don't think he got that one pushed through, but so many laws came into this, and ultimately, unfortunately, when you do have abandoned property or adjudicated property, sorry y'all to get all into that, but when you have property, somebody has to take care of it, and you got to pay taxes on it. If you do
Yeah,
not come back to it, city can be like, it's ours now, playboy. Like, this is those real life things that happen if a extension level event happens.
yeah.
Things get shifted around.
So I mean, it's I'm glad that they're dealing with this because for so long they were acting like nothing happened. I'm like, yo, like half the people just disappeared.
Like,
And,
man, that's
and well, actually half of everything because was it when in Endgame when they did the snap, didn't we also start seeing like birds out of nowhere, like butterflies and stuff? Weren't they like around like in that little courtyard area?
I mean, you have a whole ecological system might just
Yeah,
be
so
broken.
like, bruh, it's like, come on, man. Like, it. This is something you definitely have to talk about. Just like a big giant hand out of the center of the earth, but we're not even going to talk about like the earthquakes that would create and the sinkholes and the just don't even ask.
Mike, don't
Like,
you understand? Don't you understand? It's just like the Eternals did not happen. It's in its
yeah,
own little
they
pocket.
acting like
It's ju-
don't worry about that.
it's a movie not good enough to worry about right now. Okay? It's like don't ask questions. Will Marvel's Bob Iger's like, we'll see. I mean,
Bob Iger
you're
like, nah, we don't care about that natural lighting.
I don't know about that. We'll catch up with you. Like Action Boy Shang-Chi. We go
He still got he still done left Chloe Zhao on red. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, I ain't gonna respond to that.
he's like he about to put Shang-Chi on red too.
Yup.
Like we don't know yet, partner. Even
Oh, they
y'all
know.
may like they gonna play it to the close. They gonna play it close. Like Bob, I don't know, man. I don't know how long Bob is going to be here. I'm just gonna say this: as long as Bob is here, I do not think you see Shang-Chi 2 before the rest of those Avengers movies come back. Because it
Yeah.
makes no sense, to worry about him at this point. I mean,
And
you
none of the
know,
stories are being due to the disjointed way of I mean, not season 4, but phase 4. The disjointedness of phase 4, they, they I I'd love to
maybe
be like there's this grand plan, and I know there's probably like a very loose outline, but I don't think that loose outline has anything to do with Shang-Chi at all. At
I
all.
mean, they had to introduce characters to kind of see what fit. It was not like I agree with I know we didn't beat it to death. I still agree with Gift a little bit. You had to bring up some new characters, fresh blood, see what happens, and try to integrate. But it's like reality hits, the box office is flopping, Disney is losing money. Their CEO got fired, and the old CEO came back, and they're cutting costs on the slick. Ask ESPN about it. So, and these other things, Marvel is, I laugh when people, when especially nerds of fandom, be like, won't they just stop making Marvel? You hear this? Like, they don't spend, like, yeah,
They're
they don't
not
spend a
going to stop
billion,
making Marvel.
they don't spend billions on Star Wars or Marvel to stop making it. Shut up.
And trust me,
It's
Disney,
stupid with
Disney.
people.
I know Disney is doing all this cost cutting thing, but Disney ain't broke. Trust me.
Not broke,
Disney,
but they
Disney ain't got the money they want to have, but Disney ain't. Trust me, they ain't for sale. Ain't none of their properties for sale. Pixar ain't for sale. Marvel ain't for sale. Ain't
the
none of the,
only
they
thing
fine.
that might there's only two things in their portfolio that might barely, and I mean barely, be for sale only because they leaked this out so they can start having people may fetch prices for it is ESPN and Hulu. And Hulu is very much so barely for sale because there's other rumors that they're like, once it put like this, if Disney get their cost cutting straight where they want it, they just gonna buy all of Hulu. Like I think, or
Yeah,
did they already put that in? But they can buy it. They have the right to buy it whenever they want. And then
yeah,
there's
and
talks of now they want to merge Hulu and Disney Plus into one. That don't come out unless it's probably close. That don't even get mentioned unless they want that
hmm
to be mentioned. Now ESPN, eh, see, Hulu is streaming. ESPN is tied to the old decades old model, and they can't really get it to become a streaming darling or that people will pay enough for it. And honestly, you can't make ESPN
because
streaming.
sports have always generally been free.
Yeah, if you make sports,
You
uh,
watch them on your local station or something like that,
you
and
gotta.
also ESPN is spread way too thin. There's like 10 ESPN channels.
If you're going to, all I
They
know is
made
if
sure
you're
they
gonna
kept
make
Malika Andrews though.
You
I'm just saying.
cannot make ESPN HB like a HBO service. It's already
Yeah.
trying. They tried, but some of that got to be included in your basics cable package. So
Hmm.
I don't know, y'all.
That Comcast or Verizon or Cox Cable or whoever subsidizes, what I'm
And they
saying, so you
tired. And
can.
they tired of subsidizing. Like, all right, like you have, like they no longer. They're not starting to feel like they have to be beholden to Disney. That I have to carry ESPN. Like it's you want ESPN, but eventually it's gonna come to a time where it's gonna become a dinosaur.
Well,
You
also
know
because everyone else has stepped up their game. NBC Sports, ABC Sports, they've stepped up their game. NBA on TNT is a lot better than it used to be. So like everyone stepped up their game. Fox Sports, stuff like that. So they stepped up their game. So now ESPN ain't like the big dog that it was in the 90s.
well,
Mhm.
everybody got specialized, and like ESPN is so spread thin. And honestly, I wish they would take some of that money, invest in HBCU sports. I know they got ESPNU, but they still treat it. They don't treat it enough. I mean, I know money is relative, so it's all. But I know we're rabbit holing. But I would love to see ESPN be like, you know what? Let's invest into these sports, into this history of it. Let's see what's what. But money, you know, they
Gotta cut them costs, baby.
them American costs. They don't want to pay that American wage. They want you to be blue collar, but they don't want to pay the writers. Oh yeah, you got the strike going on too. So
Yep. You know
Disney
what I'm
is
saying?
dealing with everything. Warner Brothers is dealing with everything. Amazon is kind of dealing with everything. You know who's coming out? You know who's coming on top? And I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get back to the story. The two, and this is like investment thing. The two Fang stocks. Y'all look it up what Fang stock is. Facebook and Netflix kind of fell out of favor in the Fang. It's amazing. These two companies are the ones that are prevailing. Netflix
Yeah.
has invested in so much foreign material. Guess who
Netflix
ain't
ain't going nowhere.
they ain't gonna be hurt really that much by the writer's strike. They got K drama up to the wazoo. Watch how people. I want somebody to write this up one day, be like, who won in the whole writer's strike? It's gonna be Netflix. I promise you. Like Netflix ain't gonna slow down at all. In fact, they're doing better than ever with their crackdown stuff. And Facebook. Shout out to for only an annoying rich white billionaire can annoy another white rich billionaire. Threads killing. It's gonna be the death of Twitter, and that's been funny this whole week. So, y'all, you just never know, man. Just keep watching all this media stuff going on. But yeah, Shang-Chi, Eternals, for our purposes, they might as well not exist right now. I'm
Yeah,
starting to
man.
just get a little more savvier with this. Like, be savvy in your nerdum, folks. Like, keep it real with yourself. Like, I know y'all was caping for Eternals and Shang-Chi and Black Widow. Yeah. See if any three of those ideas come back.
I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't hold your breath. Now, your girl, Gaia, you know what I'm saying? She out here living. You know what I'm saying? She out here,
Hey,
getting that serum, getting that extremis up in
I,
there.
I told you Emilia Clark one day. She popped right back.
Yeah, I think it's kind of corny. But I'm also one of those people that are tired of the oh, they're dead, they're not dead. It's like, bruh, just don't even have the scene to kill them then. Because it doesn't if death means nothing, then just don't even have the scene.
Somebody said something that was pretty smart that kind of tripped me out. Like, basically, Skrulls can turn to anything on the planet on the DNA level. Why would she turn into herself and try to ride on the one street out instead of turning into like a bird and flying away? And it's like, I know the answer is why, because Emilia Clark. But it's just like, yeah, why would she do that as
So
an
I
escape
didn't
route?
know they could do
Oh yeah,
animal.
technically, I mean, especially from the comic books, but like they was explaining in Marvel, like they kind of can do anything on this earth. She could have hit a beast boy and turned into like a mosquito and fly away, but definitely like a mammal or something like that. That they understand they can do that. I mean, even when the first examples of them, they got turned into sheep by a Fantastic Four and was stuck in that shape, so they can do animals. So it's really kind
Ah,
of
you're right. Yeah.
stupid to turn into a human and ride a dirt bike out on the one road of
Especially
this.
the human that looks just like you. Why not
Like,
change into somebody else?
or just don't go on a motorbike. Or maybe you need to figure out, you need to plan ahead that you got to steal you another bike, turn into a bird. If it worked this way in this universe, it should. And Gravik might not have cared and be like, "Oh, I was gonna kill you anyway, but good, go on, get out of here." Like Gravik was already done with her 2 episodes,
Yeah,
but
he in like the second episode, he was like,
I'm gonna have to
ah,
kill you. Just wait.
you gonna
You gonna
betray me, ain't you? Then in the third episode, he was like, your dad is weak, your dad is horrible, and your dad is stupid. And he
it's
was like, all right, I guess you'll stay then. All right.
it's like Emily. He's going to kill you. Like he got you. He's going to kill you
All
and
right,
your
let
daddy.
me ask this to anyone who's watching. I want your genuine response. I don't want you to be trolling. What's your genuine response? Are you really into Amelia Clark like that? Like, are you really feeling her, or is because I'm gonna be honest. Outside of Game of Thrones, which I did not watch, but I know Game of Thrones was a big show, and y'all all love her because she was in Game of Thrones. I don't get it. She didn't impress me in Terminator. She's not impressing me here. I'm not saying she's doing a bad job. I just don't see it. I just don't.
Um,
Same thing with Jennifer Lawrence. I don't see it. She just seems like another girl that Hollywood wants us to think is great, but could honestly be swapped out with any other girl that looks just like her
I
and
somewhat
would do the same
disagree,
job.
and I kind of agree. And here's why. And I'm gonna give it the PG answer. There are reasons for Emily Clark because the fan base saw what they saw on that said show, and therefore it stick.
Oh,
So, you know,
the fan base of them
eh,
folks that for some reason love bodies that look prepubescent, but I'm going to let that go. Y'all going to have that. Y'all eat cake with that one. But go ahead.
I don't even want to go that far on that one. All I'm saying is
The
she is
girl
an
looked like
adult,
she the girl looked like she in
but
middle school though. Come on
all I'm
now.
saying is
Let's be honest.
she's
The
an
girl
old
3 foot
adult.
3.
She's an old adult, and somebody was I didn't see, but I asked Mark, and I don't know. I think she used to not be as scrawny on that show, but she looked like she had not been eating since then. So she do look little more tinier. But I ain't gonna get deep into that. All I'm saying is there are some fans who saw what they need to see, and also the whole British accent thing. It's gonna always win over a lot of people.
Yeah,
And
but
I
I
mean,
don't.
hell,
There's tons of other British actresses. I just don't. I don't get
there's
it. Like,
tons,
I honestly don't get it.
but
I
she
see her
got the
on screen. I'm like, I don't care.
she
I don't feel the chemistry with her and Gravik. I don't feel the chemistry with her and Talos. I'm just
she
like, yeah,
she got the baton, man. She got the baton. It's her time while she's running. I ain't saying they ain't better. They just ain't got the opportunity. She got it. She on the block right now.
you know what? She's
Um,
like, Liv Tyler in Incredible Hulk, where I was just like, yeah, anyone could have did this.
yeah. Remember when Liv Tyler was hot? Was all in these things. Just the name. I mean, Liv Tyler. Was here and there all through the '90s and up and down. Then
Yeah,
she
you know what I'm
fizzled out.
saying? Her daddy was, you know what I'm saying, all famous. So they was like, yo, we gonna let you do your thing.
As far as Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, I think she can act, and she has proven it when she was younger. Now that she started off young, so she's still young enough to do stupid stuff now. So she's done all the serious roles, and yeah, she's now starting to. She has won some people over on some things. Even I heard in the newest movie that she's like, all right, I'm grown. I'm gonna do some grown things. So I'm just saying, you
Yeah,
and she, you're gonna see until the new person come along and either destroys it with talent and a little bit of combination or whatever. You know, you know how Hollywood works. So it do take talent, but if you are hot to trot per se, and people like what they see,
After what
And if
we've
you got
seen
both,
after what we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years, does it take talent or does it take a trip to the hotel room? But let's go on and skip that. Let's go and get out. Let's go on and talk about Giah and
whew,
the fact that she
man,
did.
man,
Yo, let's keep it real, man. Whenever I'm gonna ask y'all to ask
oh
yourselves this
man,
question. Whenever you see some woman somewhere and you're like,
oh
oh
man,
man, she's really dope. She got mad skills. She's super talented. She's awesome. And she just disappears. She don't get no roles no more. She probably told someone no. I'ma just say
um,
that. I'ma just say it and leave it
and
right
you know
there.
what? And good
Whenever
for
you see
her.
that actor or actress and you're like, why they ain't around no more? I wonder why they were so good. They probably told someone no.
All I'm gonna say is this though. Hollywood, even though I think she got a new like reality show or she a host on something, get Nicole Bahari some parts. I don't know about this. I
Yo,
know this. Nicole Bahari better have some roles. And
man,
she didn't get black.
Nicole could have crushed this role as Giah. Like,
Well, she was. I wouldn't say Gaia just because Gaia's more the daughter, but I would have had her as something. She could have been Vara's daughter. I don't know. She could have been Vara's cousin. She could have been.
yep.
I don't know. A random shield agent. She
Well, I
could
mean,
be.
she can still be Talos's daughter. I mean, Talos's daughter can choose whatever form she wants. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
If I personally
ain't nothing
want
wrong
Nicole
with an
Bahari,
interracial, interspecies,
I'm just
baby.
saying, give her something better. Give her Misty Knight. If it's up to me,
True that. You know what I'm saying?
get her in the game. You
But
know, y'all got who I like for Monica Rambeau. I don't care. Like just so y'all can. I know y'all like the comments in WandaVision, but I don't care. She can say all the bad stuff. Keep her in there. I look.
she'll probably
For me-
redeem herself. She'll redeem herself in the new show.
I'm happy. That's the reason why I'm going to go see the Marvels.
So
Shout
I
out
want
to y'all
to
Paris.
I want to say something about Giah real quick. All right, so Giah, you went and you read the scientist's mind, and you went in there, you put in the little blood vials of DNA, mixed it around or whatever, and you turn on the machine. Even though you got the brain knowledge or the memories or whatever, or the theory, you still, I'm assuming she must have got a memory where she knows for sure that this works. Because
I mean, yeah.
you just
I mean,
jumped in that machine. You don't know if that. Look, I'm gonna be like, you know how it is. I don't even do when a cell phone come out. I'll be like, what's that, version 1? I'm gonna wait till version 2. You can't just be jumping in there unless she, and maybe there was a memory that she got where they're like, oh, all right, we did it on 5 people and we know it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she just
I can
jumped in
see
that
it work.
machine all willy nilly. I'm like, you don't know what's gonna happen to you.
I wouldn't have done it, but she was desperate though. She knew a bullet was coming for her.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
also,
true.
like she had to do shit like I got to play chess a little bit with Gravik.
Gravik.
And I think generally when you do still the Skrulls kind of really become us in a way when they juice themselves up with our memories, our tastes, our
Mhm.
feelings. They even probably assimilate a little bit to it. Some get a little emotional with it.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's like they really are on us, becoming us on a cellular level. So, even like people alluded to it, when the commandeer or whatever, the British, commander or whatever, he
Yeah.
didn't want the boy to get killed. He wasn't like, yeah, kill that human. And whether if he was acting, I think he might have generally started to care for him because he did take over that dude's life. And he wasn't really trying to give it
And
up.
those memories probably do affect you at least a little bit.
Yeah, so,
Okay,
it's like,
okay.
I may not like humans, but it's like, all right, this is my human,
This is my pet.
So
Okay,
And that's-
okay. Well, I'm gonna throw this out there because last episode we was talking about how your boy Gravik was feeling himself. All right. Last episode we was like, yo, Gravik, what I'm saying, he out there living, he feeling himself too much. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Gravik was looking shook when he saw your boy Nick Fury show up. Gravik looked shook for a second. His boy, what's his name? Pago, whatever the boy name is. He was like, yo, Fury's here. And the look on his face, you could see like a look of like, I don't know, panic or like anger, whatever it was, it got him off his game.
I
Whatever it
think
was, it got him off his original plan. His original plan was not to be releasing those powers and stuff. That's probably supposed to be a secret. He running out in front of bullets with no gun and stuff. It got him off his game. That's how Gravik gonna lose. See, because Gravik is arrogant. You can't tell him nothing. He gonna lose because he can't keep his head.
well, here's the thing.
He was like, "Yo, Fury's
the
here."
plan?
All of a sudden, he going crazy.
What was the plan? Oh, make it look like the Russians did it. So they weren't using powers or he wasn't using none. They was just straight blasting up, the convoy. And
Mhm.
they had the heat for him, but Gravik did lose his head. But also Gravik probably knew that Varra was supposed to kill Fury, and that was going to torture him. And he did not like. He was not happy with it. He was like, "Look, I like you said,
Like,
he's
didn't
so
I
arrogant.
tell you
He's
to
like,
kill Nick?
I had that in the bag. Either you was gonna kill. If you didn't kill Nick, we was gonna get to him later. Oh, but I gotta deal with this foolishness now. And he say the president. Okay, so this man here is going to revive the president. They're gonna tell the plan, and then they're gonna get something in motion to stop World War III. Even though technically, depending on how this goes, and maybe this does flow a smidge into Thunderbolt / Captain America, probably not,
Yeah,
but it might be a footnote.
I
You
think
know how they
so.
be like,
Maybe a little piece of a toe in
look,
the door or something.
be like, hey man, the world government, because I guess if the world governments are shooken and they're trying to, if they do go back to the hand, if they go with the original story, but like we're gonna get this metal because we can't get vibranium. Excuse me, we can't get vibranium. And I think they're supposed to find antimanium on the hand. So it's like, oh, we heard word of this. We can get the next best thing. We can't get vibranium because we can't really mess with Wakanda like that, or we'll have to die and they'll make it public that we're doing this. But we can go for this alien hand that came here and let's see what's what. So that's what I heard is the storyline. So this would kind of play into maybe the government's just going to be even just going back to being openly shady, arms race. Because who wouldn't want an arms race once you find out, oh, a million Skrulls been here? Okay, yeah, we ain't
Yeah,
gonna World War III each other yet, but
that did
just in
kind of hurt
case.
me. I didn't like the fact that he left Talos, man. Like,
Yeah, I
yo,
was like,
like,
hell,
bruh,
grab the body. Talos is like, come on. I know he messed up. I still like your brother, Nick. Like that's almost like your
that's the
brother-in-law.
closest. Yeah, that's the closest you gonna have. Like, bruh, like, I can't believe he left Talos
I don't
because
want Talos.
that means he left. Uh, what is it, Monica? I mean, not Monica. Dang, can't think of the girl name now.
Kobe, but
Kobe Smode. He left Kobe
eh.
and he left Talos. These are the two people that have been closest with him for the last, 10, 20 years, whatever.
I know
He
some
left
people are
both of them.
mad
Just,
about Maria Hill. I
I'm
don't
not mad
care,
about that. I'm like, so what?
but I was like, she overstayed her welcome. She ain't doing that in here in these series.
Yeah, Maria Hill was
But
just someone who was in the way in the comics in the first place.
I
I
will
mean,
say this.
she was in the way, but she was also used to move the plot ahead due to just
Just exposition.
her
Like blah 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 blah
general
blah blah.
arrogance kind of moved the plot in a lot of ways. So
I'm
I
still
guess you
mad they
kind
ain't
of
really
could use her, but
still
she
mad they
isn't the
ain't go with
same
the
way in this anyway.
yeah. And also like Talos, man, just like I want to see Talos in other things that might when scroll stuff happens, you kinda would want Talos around. I don't want to believe he's injured. I'm gonna think that even if it's just the second or third time, and maybe he'll just like slip out the way and like he says he's such a good shapeshifter, maybe he's faking it. Even though he was toe up, he was losing his form, like he was
Yeah.
hurt, and he sacrificed himself to save the president. And he still broke that dough. Like
Yep.
Talos is still a soldier out here. I want to believe Talos slipped it some type of way, but he got shot pretty damn good. But
Yeah, and
I don't know, man. If
like
they that
it hurt. I was like,
that
you
will
can't
be
leave him he can't leave him out there like that.
if he is dead, that will be a major flaw of the series because that's not
Especially leaving Amelia Clark alive, and I'm just like, whatever. But anyway, that's like firing that's like firing knowledgeable people that have done exactly what your job is to talk about, and then letting Malika Andrews stay. But
I'm just,
anyway,
what's wrong with what you got against Malika Andrews?
man, we ain't got a show long enough for all that.
I don't know, because I stopped watching ESPN because I think it's all vapid. Jalen
It
Rose is the
is.
only one I cared about. Now they clearly do not care about real analysts unless they're damn near hot takey,
Nah,
uh,
it's about hot take drama right now.
and trying to maybe get some good looking people on the cheap or the worst of the worst and pay, Stephen.
Which is also a reason why
Stephen A. money.
ESPN, which is also a reason why ESPN is losing money. But that's a whole other thing. I wanna go back real quick to Varra. Real quick. You know what? Not only Varra, I'm gonna go back to your boy, to Nick. Nick, this is a Nick's wasted opportunity is that when she asked him, because they did this beautiful poem, the beloved and everything, and she asked him, would you have loved me in my normal form? And Nick walked away, didn't say a word, and said, nah, I guess we'll never know. Now, after the show of affection, of the intentional miss from both of you, showing that love is there, Nick, let me tell you what you should have done. You should have took that woman's hands, both of them, and both of her hands are in your hands, looked her dead in her eyes, and said, I will love you no matter how you look. You my woman.
Yeah.
Now that's where I'm talking. That's how take your woman.
In fact, now
show your woman you care,
if
boy.
this was HBO and R-rated, this is what happened. You not only do you take her by the hand, you grip her by the arms and you by the shoulders and you kiss the hell out of her and let her turn to the green bad mama jamma she is, and you keep on kissing because that's your woman. I don't care.
Woman. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
your woman. That would have happened on HBO. That would have happened on the HBO show.
See, missed opportunity, y'all. He should have kissed her, and then she could have changed back into her normal form. And he should have been, girl. I started. You beautiful from the inside out. Ain't a piece of you I don't love, man. Boy, look, I'm telling you, you.
First of all,
you messed up.
She was a G. She was loyal. She was loyal to the. And I like the story. I mean, I know they got.
Yeah, because she was loyal to the doctor too.
To the doctor, but the doctor was like, look, you're a Skrull. Hey man, hey miss, keep my life going. My parents don't deserve this. I'm dying. I know it's wrong, but if you can do this, do it. Give my parents bury me, and then bury my parents. Maybe give them a natural life.
Yeah. With me, and, loving them, and Christmases and birthdays and all that stuff.
If you got to be a little, mysterious, cool. Just be there. And she was there, and she did it. And so, if you're gonna steal somebody's life, I gotta appreciate Varra doing this.
And Varra must have told her something interesting and important about Nick, because she said, "Don't hurt him." So Varra must have been in love with that man. She loved that man.
Yeah, Varra loved him.
Whatever she told her about, for her to say, don't hurt him, that's a promise. And she made that promise. See, that's why Nick, Nick, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, Nick. I know you had to do your thing, but I'm saying, if you would have just spent an extra hour, it would have made all the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Folks,
I'm just spend a little time. Just spend a little time, Nick. Go and take care of home.
As married black men, see, we're not trying to just harp on people for no reason. At least I know I'm trying to help you. At the same time, it feels good, and I'm just gonna keep it a little old fashioned here. It just feels good with that black love and the fact that she did love this man, and then nobody wasn't beating him down. She wasn't really beating him down, but Nick messed up by going to space. He do seem broken. He is broken, but he does have stuff to do. So she stood by a very difficult man to stand by. She can't go out. This is how messed up Nick's life is. This is a shape shifting, live longer than all of us humans alien, and she can't even go out with the man she loved because of the way Nick live. Think about that for a
Yeah.
second.
Because honestly, another wasted opportunity is when Nick came back and realized he didn't feel the same way. He didn't feel like he had the power or the energy or something like that. Nick should have came to her, you know what I'm saying? Pillow talk with your woman. Be like, look, baby, I ain't feeling right. I ain't feeling like I used to. I don't know if I want to do this no more. And let your woman inspire you. Let your woman be your muse. Let your woman empower you. See, but boy, I'm trying to lead y'all to the
Now,
promised
again,
land.
if this is a HBO, I'll give HBO this. If this is an HBO show and we had maybe 10 episodes instead of 6, who's to say? But
Yep.
Disney, you're not gonna get pillow talk.
Nah, you ain't getting that. They ain't.
You lucky you get that hand. All
Yep.
right, you
Let you
know,
get some hand holding.
shoot.
See,
Varra said a
man,
whole lot without saying
y'all
nothing.
should have had me directing it, man. It would have been fine. Y'all have been like, man, we got first. I would have loved to see them after that bullet been like, you know what? Baby, it's always been me and you. And she'd be like, that's
Man,
right. It's just you and I. And then them to go out, then the seat be like, look, Talos, you go around this way. Me and my woman, we coming around this side. And we going, you know what I'm
if
saying, protect the
I
president,
was
whatever. Be like,
directing,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
And
pull influence from True Blood, and you gonna see a whole lot more.
uh,
It ain't go. I don't even know why you. You know what, man? Disney. I know. You know, Nick Fury is a Marvel character. I know Samuel Jackson's probably, chilling, not as wild as he used to be. But I would be like, hey, man, you want an R rating? Can we do this R rating? Like, are we gonna definitely keep? Now, I ain't gonna lie, they had the blood splatter muted, but you saw some blood get
yeah, you
shot,
did.
people get shot. Like, it wasn't like red flashing your face like the boys, but they couldn't like have like non stuff coming out of people. It was grayish mute because it was like focus off of it. They did a little camera trick, but people was getting shot up,
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
They
I just
made
feel
sure
like,
to shout as loud as they could in Russian. They think they slick.
yeah, and then you gonna kill somebody with a Groot arm. So I don't know. I don't know who caught it, if anybody caught it. But also I'm like, I know there's black Russians, but I'd be like, are they really be like, all right, he shouted Russian, but that black dude lead them. Like this black Russian. Who is this guy?
Yeah, let's be honest. They ain't gonna let no black dude lead them. Now, come on now.
A black Russian leading the whole a coup
leading
of
the-
America?
Yeah, nah, we be alright.
I don't know.
Seem a little sneaky. But
Britain would have been like, I don't know.
man, I don't know about all that. But let me slide on through to the last topic I want to talk about is a little conversation with Rhodey. The Rhodey Convo, if you will.
Oh man.
Rhodey is a woman though. You know, Rhodette.
I was thinking that was. I was like, is that a female Skrull?
You see how she got out the tub, was rubbing her, putting some aloe vera on the skin or something.
I mean, the towels maybe a giveaway. She like
Yeah,
wrapped up because watching the explainer video, it is questionable. It could be her, whether if it matters or not. She definitely got Rose memory, so she know how to affect whatever the hell she want Rose to say. So, maybe gender doesn't matter with this one because she's being evil. She's being evil anyway, regardless.
Yeah. But Rhodey, fake Rhodey, but I know Nick was like, yo, I'm a track him. At first, I thought he was gonna kill him in there. I was like, yo, look, but I was watching this with Lady Lisa, and I was like, yo, I kind of want him to kill him, but we can't because he knows he's a Skrull. We don't know if the real Rhodey is still alive somewhere. Like is he in stasis somewhere or is he dead? Now if we find out that Rhodey's dead, then I might as well kill you. I don't care. But if Rhodey's alive, I gotta try to get to Rhodey and see if I can save him. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Young Justice in the Arsenal.
I think they have to juice up the memories every so often or something.
So Rhodey's still out there.
And then you probably don't want to kill an Avenger just because. I know this ain't the comic books, but when superhero people feel justified to do whatever and want to get revenge on you, they gonna get it. you know.
Mm.
So I believe real Rhodey is somewhere I think he's in a very special stasis pod. Cause think about it,
Uh,
this character got a role with the president, even though they already just said the hell with the president. So I'm sure Rhodey is
it's like we don't care
somewhere
about this
in
president.
Virginia or Langley somewhere or DC locked up. Maybe.
Mm.
I doubt he's at that power because he's at that power plant with everybody else. But then again, he could be because
Well, yeah,
they
because
got the
they
what?
would need him close to DC because that's where fake
Yeah,
Rhodey, kind of like matriculates mostly.
yeah. So if
But
that's how the powers work, or they got to keep going back to feed the mind, like oh, I can't forget this idea or something. I feel like fake Rhodey would need to keep real Rhodey kind of close.
true, yeah. So I just don't like. I don't like because see right now the bad guys is feeling themselves too much. You know what I'm saying? He
We got
he
two.
gonna he gonna bring out the video like that's you killing Maria Hill. It's like he's like yo they ain't me. He's like oh what you gonna say? A 6 foot alien killed somebody else? They ain't never gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So he's like the many copies I've made. It's like man just oh you be killing me. All right, because
I
y'all think
mean,
y'all think y'all all that right now. All right, I'm gonna have to take y'all down a couple pegs. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
shocked fake Rhodey didn't even just be like, yeah, I'm a Skrull. What you gonna do about it, partner? Because when you doing all that, once
Yeah,
you
you
show me
know
that
what? He
video, you pretty much telling me you know what it is. I kind of like you trying to fool me at the end, like to switch it up, like, oh, I ain't know, blah blah. I'm doing this as the American people. Nah, you're pretty much telling me, yeah, Nick, I got you cold to rights, and however I would do this because honestly, you would have told me this a long ago if you were real. Now, that's something I believe real Rhodey would have done. But like Nick, I got you on video, bro. What is on, bro? Like either real Rhodey would at least have done the courtesy of arresting Nick a long time ago.
real Rhodey. I'm keep it real with you. Real Rhodey. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
All right.
no, no,
Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? He would
no.
like I said, like I told you way back on episode 2. If I'm Rhodey, real Rhodey, and you're Nick Fury, I would have hit you up on the secure line or something. Be like, yo, man, look, yo, they out here saying that you killing Maria Hill. Yo, you good, man? Like everything cool? Cause yo, they coming for you. And I'm just letting you know it ain't looking good right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how you help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? You give them the
I
scoop.
still think Rhodey would have been, kind of brolic with it, but I think he would have changed it up. Like, bro, you better not be guilty. Oh, I'm still coming, but you're gonna have to do some explaining. I think he would have
Yeah.
gave Nick Fury that at least enough of a leeway to be able to explain to him. Fake Rhodey don't want to hear it. Fake
He
Rhodey
said,
said, man, fake Rhodey like he said I DDT that fool off the top rope with that firing. He
he
said
said
I fire
Undertaker
him.
style.
They like who shot you? I did. It's
Mm.
like he was he was he or she or whatever this person is.
It's definitely a she. The way she was wearing the towel is definitely a she. You know
But
what I'm
I'm
saying?
still gonna say he just because it's
She was
Don
she
Cheadle.
was covering up she was covering up the that good scroll stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna covering up. Well, I don't know if it's good or not. I ain't never seen it, but I mean I assume what I'm saying it's
And I
just as good as anything
also
else. But
I also wonder would they do the weird. Well, they probably not gonna do the Marvel the Scroll Queen, but it's like who is this scroll? Because they have to be important to be. I guess I don't think they're gonna make you try to look the other way in 2 episodes left. I'm just gonna feel like they just like a
yeah,
confident of Gravik, and they just like, hey, take Rhodey. It's like you're pretty good at impersonating, male or female, and quite frankly, she is doing a great job. She's just being a butthead about it on purpose.
yeah, like you can't tell fake Rhodey nothing right now, boy.
Like fake Rhodey, like, look, I don't like none of you people. They want a carpet bomb.
Yeah, I was
He
like,
was
whoa.
making these jokes. I was like, good lord, like I get it.
Well,
You
see,
can't
because
joke like
because
that at the
now
meet.
they've decided that the Earth is going to be theirs and that they're going to annihilate us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
cause
So,
he's like, don't even look at me crazy.
but
I'll put
Talos ain't wrong. Talos is like, look, they are at their most formidable. Also, let's not forget there's some people out there that no matter your Super Scroll powers, it's still gonna be tough to deal with. Captain Marvel out there, Thor out there. Now your Super Scroll powers, yeah, you're gonna be good against Iron Man. Yeah, you'll be good against Hawkeye. But when
I
they when
mean,
they when they pull in the Hulk, when they pull in, oh yeah, I forgot this is Whack Hulk, so they ain't even worrying about
but
him.
we don't
But
we don't know yet. You know,
we
Black. Oh,
man, we
he ain't
got
Black
Whack
Hulk,
Hulk.
but
We
he
done got a
might come.
whole She-Hulk show where this girl done
Oh,
been
nah,
doping it.
we
Don't
ain't gonna
I
do this.
mean
Nah.
they wrote it, not me.
Oh
I'm going off
Lord.
of what they wrote and they put. She became doper than him in like an afternoon.
I'm
So
just
like I'm just telling this what they wrote, not me.
I'm gonna just
She
say
was
this.
like,
I
she was
still
like,
think
look, he out there,
I
reading books instead of being the Hulk.
well, I'll say this. They got the rights back to the Hulk individually, so he can get pissed off again.
You know what I'm
Eventually he
saying?
will. Eventually Savage Hulk will return one day. I hope. I hope
And
so.
then brought that wax son. Oh my god, this is
Hey
it's a
man.
waste. You're so
Hey
busy trying
bro.
to do
He
Easter egg
ain't
stuff instead of actually making story. Anyway,
he
don't
ain't
get me
trying to
started.
hi- he ain't trying to hide his child, man. He ain't trying to hide his child, bro.
Ain't nobody said nothing about him hiding his child. His
He a
child
dad
look
out here,
whack.
bro.
I was
I
like,
ain't gonna. Say,
what kind of
I mean
Brad
the
and
whole.
Chad broy son you got?
I mean the whole
And a
CG.
horrible. I was like, I ain't know I was playing PS4 in here.
I mean the graphics was bad. I mean
Yes.
the model, because you know that Hulk model has been polished for years since Avengers 1. I was like, why he I know he supposed to be a younger boy, but good
Bruh.
lord, he all light.
They've been
Why
had
he
the
light
Hulk looking
skinned?
good since 2008. We had Incredible Hulk, so we had the Hulk looking just fine for years. All right, now we got some. I don't even know what in the world. If you don't get man, but anyway,
I
back
mean,
to this. I'll say you might think you all that, but even though there's millions of y'all, you still got to deal with existential threats and meaning like other planets wanting other aliens wanting to come here because they don't like you.
they sure
Like
don't understand.
once the Kree realized y'all came here, you
Oh
think they
yeah,
gonna
the
come
Kree
here and see
realized that the
y'all?
Kree gonna come blow this planet up. And here's the thing. I mean, if you wanna go forward with it, yeah, the Kree would blow it up, and they are forgetting one little thing. The Earthlings would blow their own planet up. They'd be like, if it's over, somebody's gonna hit if they infiltrated the right country who got their hands on the nukes, they gonna shoot them. And
Yeah,
I don't care if they are, say, invulnerable. They might be invulnerable to the fallout of nuclear, but I'm pretty sure the pressure of it, either they gonna mutate, adapt, or die. But if bullets can kill you, I'm pretty sure a nuke bomb that hits you can kill you.
and
So I don't
he's
know.
sitting at a table. He meaning Gravik sitting at a table talking about. You think I didn't think of that, bruh? If you think that your little concoction of Super Skrull is going to matter up against someone like Captain Marvel, who took a direct hit from the Power Stone and got back up.
Well, here's the thing.
Like y'all, unless
There's
they want to
two.
play funny with the power levels, and you know what I'm saying. But
Well,
he took a
even
direct hit from Thanos and the Power Stone
Captain
and came
Marvel
right back for more.
got two powers that immediately beats three of their stuff. Now, I don't, Groot is a little tricky because as
Yeah,
long as Groot survives, he's kind of immortal. But what can Captain Marvel do? She absorbs energy, so Extremis probably can't really burn her, or she can absorb it. She can absorb probably cold if it comes out of energy, and she's strong. She by herself nullifies about three of your powers for most of the Super Scrolls. So she really, like, let's say they was on the battlefield, she can probably lift up a whole piece of land and like shuck them if if they was not fast enough. So depending on
yeah,
what it is, she probably can kill a few of them all in a few couple of swipes. Maybe they'll live because of extremists, but yeah, she literally absorbs. She's like a reactor or something. She absorbs energy, and Monica
yeah. Like
Rambeau can absorb it too or pass through it.
Yeah, so and that's just two people. We ain't gotten to Thor. We haven't gotten to Thor's friends, aka Valkyrie, who I think can still take a good chunk of y'all. Like, and
I mean, they just
we're not getting to someone like Doctor Strange, who could just be like, oh, let me whip up if unless they want to get stupid with the power levels. If this man can whip up a spell to make everyone forget who Spider-Man is, I'm sure he can whip up a spell and be like, you know what? Why don't we just send the Skrulls to Mars? You know what I'm saying?
that's
Like
that's why you would have to still like in the comics you would have to take care of him first. That's why Hydra was smart. They was like, look, the Hulk, Doctor Strange,
yep.
these
It was on the
people,
list.
they're like they are dangerous. They're like they're heroes, but let's keep it a buck. They're dangerous anyway. Tony Stark, they pretty much was naming the Illuminati. I don't think they named Black Panther.
You're right.
Namor would exist, but the Namor, like, they pretty much know, like, the Illuminati by themselves can take over the planet. You know, like, for real, for real. Like, Doctor Strange can break reality when he want to. He can literally put hell on Earth if he wanted to become an evil, pagan dictator. Because he chose to do so.
Mhm.
That's what he protect us from. So, what do you do against a guy like that if you don't get close to him? Like, you have to kill his physical form, and depending on how evil and powerful he is, will that even matter? Will he even have a physical form if he don't want to have it?
Mm.
I don't think you can. You really only person who can stop Strange is either another wizard or Strange himself. Maybe
Yeah,
the
because
Hulk can
oh, and
resist
I
Strange a little
forgot.
bit.
We still got Vision just rolling around. We got Vision and Vision both
Well,
kind of just rolling around.
well,
And I'm
the
pretty sure
regular Vision
they're
is gone. Remember, he's died.
oh yeah, I forgot because he was
He
a
was a
sort of like a
construct.
figment of yeah, he was a construct of whatchamacallit. So but
Yes.
Vision, I don't think Gravik can take him.
Nah. I think
So like you bruh, like
depending
don't
on
get too arrogant. Now
because
at the
White
same time,
Vision is laced with laced with vibranium, right? Or they
yeah, I
both was
believe so.
laced.
Yeah.
So Groot may not be able to break him as easy. And I mean, it did take like the Power Stone or the Mind Stone of Thanos to kind of break his body or break pieces of him. I don't think Groot can do it, but maybe King Groot could. But that's still somebody like immortal like power, to do it.
Like you talking about, and I mean, well, she's dead now, but Scarlet Witch, that's another one. So I mean, you're talking about this in your mind. You're probably thinking, oh, the Avengers, psh, Hawkeye, I got that. Yeah, but you're not thinking about like other people that might not be specific Avengers, but like because Doctor Strange, I don't guess is an Avenger really. I mean,
No,
I
he's
don't know
an.
if they made it official, but I
I
mean,
mean, he's
still,
there. He's there.
it's a very important thing for you to worry about. And also, it's a very important thing to worry about America Chavez now that she knows how to use her powers.
I mean, honestly, if you just want to take Ant Man, the weirdness of Ant Man, Pym particles, if they don't absorb
True.
it, he can just shrink them all. He can
Yeah,
shrink a
you know
good bit
what?
of them.
He could technically just shrink them and just like step on them. And
That's
then,
why
I mean,
people like
I know that'd be, I know they
murder,
ain't going to
but
happen on Disney, but I'm just saying, like,
but their
these are things
powers.
that these are issues that could be done. Like, we could send all of y'all to the quantum realm and just like move on with our day.
That's why it's like people always like to look down on the Avengers, but if you really analyze their powers, they're. I mean, that's why a lot of the worst things come from the Avengers camp. Like, they created some of the best murder robots and problems. You
Yeah,
know,
Ultron
this
was a Vision and
Ultron.
Ultron are a problem.
You know,
Well, Vision is not really a problem, but he could be a problem, and Ultron is definitely a problem. And
Wonder Man when he was.
I don't think Ultron's done either, because Ultron
I
always finds a way to come back. But
I think he's done. I just
well,
I don't.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't. He's gonna be done for. Yeah, I don't see it because Josh Whedon. He whined. Even though it was a success, he was so whiny about his so-called failure when he didn't fail until
yeah.
he did.
Yeah,
Josh Whedon, man,
the
weirdo.
movie did well. He just
He
yeah,
wanted his butt kissed so much, like Avengers One. It's like, bro, you ain't make Avengers One, but you still got a good hit out here.
yeah, it's a solid movie. Like I'm
Like,
not one of those people that hate Avengers 2. I thought Avengers 2 was cool. Now, did it have the same feel as the first one? No, but also it's not the first one. Now, at the same time, should it have been better? Yeah, it should have been the same progression that we have from Into the Spider-Verse to Across the Spider-Verse. But Joss Whedon just couldn't do it, man.
it
Maybe
was
there
just a
was
hard,
maybe
it was a hard trick to follow when you were again introducing new characters.
yep.
You know, they had to pop Vision out of the blue, but it was still
And you
cool
had to do
though.
this
It was
whole
still
thing because of due to the public outcry, you had to do this whole like scene about saving everybody in Slovakia or whatever, or Latvia or wherever they was. They, you know what I'm saying, had to save Sokovia, that's what it was.
like it still was a good movie. I still got the rush feeling when they was in Sokovia, they was about to drop to their death. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
So I'm like, I don't see, you know what I'm saying? Like don't hate on that. But anyway, let me throw it to you on this. We got to get to the final thoughts and where can they find you? You know what I'm saying? Where you at on this episode, man? We only got two left. What's up?
it's not my favorite, but I don't have nothing against it. I just need to know that Talos slipped it. If Talos if Talos is dead, they better close this show right because that's kind of jarring. I could take all the love stuff with Varra and Nick every episode if they had more. I could take a whole season of it every episode them being loving in each other.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe some people don't like it. I don't care. I like it. I wish this season. I'm already gonna say I wish the season already was longer. I feel like now we're about to get into the Marvel movie-ness of it all. I don't know how much special effects we're gonna get, but we only have two episodes left, and each episode's gotten shorter and shorter. So I don't know how they're
Hmm.
gonna do like 30-minute episodes. I admit it's not really. I'm not really feeling the scope that the series wanted to convey by the name. I just feel like I almost feel like it should have been called Secret Invasion, but it is a Secret Invasion. But a lot is just happened off screen.
Well, that's because Marvel wanted to use the name recognition so bad, but they couldn't put in the resources to actually make this what it should have been. Secret Invasion probably should have been a 10 episode series
At least 10
culminating in a
episodes.
movie. But, you know,
This should have been
because
like two
and it should
seasons.
have
At least
involved actual heroes and stuff.
it
Like
should have been at least 2 seasons. And I'm not even gonna say if you needed how many heroes, but you needed maybe a couple. Unfortunately, again, we don't have Hawkeye. Like this would been perfect to have Hawkeye kind of involved, even if he's retired. Uh, even Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, not
even
no
even
Falcon.
if you want to even if you want to call Hawkeye, Falcon, and Winter Soldier because these are the guys that you can trust. You know
Like
what
you
I'm saying?
kind of yeah,
And they're probably the cheapest actors out of the crew.
and you need
But
somebody who do some spies because you don't have, the Black Widow anymore. So you don't have your right hand man anymore for Nick. And it's just
hmm
it ain't nothing to do with Samuel Jackson. I just think the story is it's good enough, but it keeps changing. It shifting too much each episode. Other than the black love being consistent, how you gonna kill Talos, man? Like,
well, I'll,
ain't
I'll
this
agree
what
with
we
you. I
doing
don't
this
think
for?
I'll agree with you. I don't think it doesn't seem grand enough. Like
No, it's
that's one.
not.
Even though I hate crossover events because they milk the consumer out of every dime, telling them they got to buy 200 comic books to tell one story when they could just make one story. But don't get me started. Anyway, and now of
It's
course someone's going to come in. Well, you could have just bought the mainline books. Yes, I know you can, but then they always reference something that happened in like X-Men 385 and Spider-Man 222 or something like
I
that.
feel like this would have been a good chance to like give us Monica Chain in this series. Like if you're gonna, you pull from Ultimates, sometimes give us Monica Chain, the new Black Widow, or even if you don't call her Black Widow, you could have had her. You could have had even if you don't get the major super people, you needed a little bit more espionage or people who can move around in the shadows to do some things to make
Yeah,
it work.
because
Um,
going in line with what you said, he did make that comment about I don't need them impersonating superheroes. So he could have been like, but you know what? I got some people that I can call on, aka Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye.
even this would have been time to like, if you, I know the Warriors probably don't do espionage with him, but let's say if you want to just bring in somebody like Night Trasher, just somebody like just off the books, but like you need a little more off the books team of people who might do some stuff for you. Like I have to mention with what you call it, his name, Peacemaker. Have it. I know Peacemaker was a weird show, maybe that's your cup of tea. But having somebody like Vigilante be like, "Oh sure, I'll kill these guys for you." What else am I doing? And we'll do it. I mean, he did a good job. He went to jail and killed some racist Ku Klux Klan members, and that was one of the best scenes of that whole weird show. And it's just like, cause Vigilante was about that life. It's like,
You know
I'll kill
what?
him for you.
To incorporate now that the rights have come back and all that, and we already seen Daredevil on Spider-Man, calling in Frank would have been a good look.
Frank would have been,
Calling in Frank would have been a real good look.
but then again, Frank is always off, half cock and off the reservation, as they
But
say.
Frank only respects a few people, and Nick is one of them.
Nick is one of them, but Frank usually messes up when he works with other. He only gets so far with him, and they be like, "You got to get out of here, man."
Yeah, because
So
after a
he would.
while, Frank be like, "You ain't my boss. You don't
Frank gonna
sign
be
my
like,
checks."
Frank be like, "I'm gonna take over this operation," and then Captain America usually have to slap him up, or Nick have to be like, "Man, get out of here." Like they don't really rock with this man, but they kind of got his number on speed dial. He'll keep coming back. Like he's so about the job, he'll take the disrespect to play with the big leagues to murder the people that he feels need to be murdered.
Yeah, because
Like,
like I will say one thing: Punisher is a dog with a bone. You can be like, "Look, here's a thread. Here's the person that's in charge. Go and just stay out of his way." Now, there's gonna be some bodies dropped, but he's gonna get to the truth. All right, he gonna get to the truth. He gonna figure out what's going on with this person. Now,
I
at the
don't
same
know
time, there's gonna be some bodies dropping.
who's worse, him or Deadpool. Deadpool is gonna definitely go half cop, but at the same time, he might actually be better than keeping Frank. Because I've seen, like, just to go off the comic books, they're both bad.
I don't know,
But
man. I might slide with Frank because
Frank,
Frank is less annoying. I know people watching Deadpool is fun. I imagine dealing with Deadpool would not be fun.
no, it's not fun. But Deadpool might get the job done actually better than Frank. Frank can't help himself. Deadpool can't help himself. Like, Frank is Deadpool without the ability to switch up or whatever. He ain't worried about the hero. Deadpool will do something crazy. Like when he did run, he was like, "I'll help you even more because I'm finally getting some love." And then eventually you got to slap him up. Of course, it's hard to slap him up, a man you can't kill. But then you got to get him to leave. But dealing with Deadpool, I mean, it's like probably saying Beetlejuice 3 times because you might be stuck with the guy if because
Yeah.
he is technically an anti-hero, but can do some villainy. Like, don't sleep on his selfish ways when he ain't got a good reason. Like they have made Deadpool through the '90s not give a damn, and he's like, I'm in it for the love. Like I can get, like he can get money. In fact, that's
Get
the
money,
crazy
baby.
thing. Deadpool, Bullet, Bullseye, and who else? They ain't even in it for the money. Sometimes Deadpool be broke. Bullet, I mean, I was about to say Bullethead, but Bullseye apparently got dough because he do a lot of stuff. And Taskmaster, they got money. They just like to say who's the best, and they kind of got that little rivalry thing going. Like I seen that, that's like, man. And I remember they was so upset with Deadpool in one series because Deadpool, he was so upset with himself. He like, man, I'm putting a hit on my own head. They was like, come on, bruh. Like they tried to do it. They was like, wait a minute. They did not. They was so professional They didn't like the whole setup of it. They was like, we ain't gonna worry about you. Man, take your money. Holler at us when you really got your S together. And they walked
Wow.
off from trying to kill. Like they're like, you're so pathetic right now. I don't even want to take this job from you. Get it
Dang.
together, Deadpool. It was like, damn. So I don't know, man. Overall, I could just say is I like this series, but I did not let myself get too hyped. It's kind of getting trashed. I think most people are going meh with it. So if you're not a Samuel Jackson fan or you don't have the lustful eyes for Amelia Clark, I don't know what to tell you. I think Ken, however you say his name, dude playing Gravik is doing a great job. I don't know why 6 episodes. You know, Disney, have a little more faith in some of your stuff with some characters that might need 8, 10. 6 ain't gonna cut it for some of these
Yeah.
shows. 6 was great for Hawkeye. That was a
Yeah.
that was basically a Christmas movie.
Yeah. But
Great.
this something that's supposed to be a global, like, bruh, you probably need 10 for this.
You need 10 and the possibility of a second season because you got too much that's happening. And somehow they're
You're
going
talking
to
about a million scrolls.
Looking
Like, bruh.
Scrolls. The president just got hit. Like, stuff's supposed to happen, after this. That's supposed to affect other things politically, at least.
And then
Even if it
these
don't.
episodes are short.
So I'm kind of. It's like I don't feel like this series can get an A for me, just because those technical things. Maybe a B minus, B plus somewhere, but it's looking like a good strong C right now. Unless
All
they
right.
blow me
You got
off
two
with
episodes. You got to
two
bring it up,
episodes.
y'all.
Y'all gotta blow. I don't care what length. They better be action packed. Stuff better matter.
Mm.
No more. Maybe no more flashbacks. We get it. They done shot each other. This is where I don't need any more flashbacks about Varra and Nick's love life. Because if you was gonna do this, I need at least 10. Now if you gave me 10, give me 2 more of them holding hands. I don't care. You give me 5 minutes of that. Now I'm kind of like, all right, I'm over it. I guess this is it. So I don't know, man. I guess the best way I can say is I'm feeling okay with slash question mark. Because if
Okay.
Talos is really dead right here, C. This is a C. No matter what, because ain't no way Talos ain't supposed to make it to the end. Yes, Amelia Clark was gonna always make it to the end too. But Talos is supposed to make it too. I hope that I am wrong. I hope we did not see what we saw. And he's just that slippery and that good of a shapeshifter as he bragged. But they don't seem to be shifting the bullets. So I don't know, man. They be getting hit. So y'all, you can find me at www.bladisish.com. That's www.blurdish.com. You can find me at blurred.ish on IG. Keith Cooper on Facebook, because got the Blurdish page on Facebook. On Twitter, start tweet a little bit more. Don't be worried about Twitter too much. Peruse over there. But you might see me on Threads eventually soon. I'll keep watch on that. But Twitter, I don't know. It's looking rough for old Elon, for the spaceman out there.
Oh,
But
boy.
that's a super villain whose plans have been gone to pot lately. How you a super villain when you get shysted out of your own money and they steal your idea? When another billionaire steal your idea and then floss on you. Are you a villain? Are you true? Do you know about true villainy? Or are you just a scrub out here?
Yeah, he ain't Doom level, man. That dude more
Ain't
like
Doom.
that
He the
dude more
tinkerer.
like
The tinkerer.
yeah, barely that.
He the wizard or something out here or something. But that's where y'all can find me. And of course, August 5th. Actually, we about what? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yep, not too long, man. I'm gonna be getting on that plane soon.
We're a solid 3 weeks till when Mike will come down to Baton Rouge. You'll catch our panel on August 6th. But come August 5th, get some books both days.
Yep. Get
We're
some
gonna have
books,
panels,
hang out with us.
Street Fighter, possibly some gaming stuff. Meet all these wonderful vendors, other podcasters, artists, cosplayers in a nice, chill, cozy, safe environment that's free to come into. Hopefully, we're praying for good weather. We're gonna have a Acadiana circus, all that good stuff. You should come if you're in the Baton Rouge area. If you're there that weekend, come see us at the Goodwood Library on Main Boulevard, and I will be one of the vendors.
All right. And my final thoughts is that you can say you DDT'd me, but when I came in and the chips was down, everyone knew I was in charge. All right. So with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Love all y'all. Also, we have a meetup on August 5th at KOK Wings. We gonna look, we gonna do it up. We gonna have a good time in Baton Rouge. We gonna be chilling. Look, can't wait to see y'all beautiful sunshiny faces. Until the next hand holding, until the next bullet to the chest, until the next explosive attack from fake Russians. This is us to you saying peace.
It's the Russians. Look out. How you knew they was Russian? I guess they were yelling
Man,
Russian. Be lying.
yeah, he was like they was yelling in Russian, so they knew what was up.